So today's episode will be the culmination of Season 8 with Esbjerg, and you've probably already spotted, we are still within a chance of actually winning the title. We play Copenhagen first up in today's episode. I don't quite know what other matches we're going to play. We're also going to be playing a cup final as well. So in between episodes, we have gone undefeated, winning every single game that we have played, scoring 3 goals in every single match as well. 3-1 against AAB, 3-0 against Bromby, 3-2 just about sneaking past Randers. In the cup semi-final, we beat Silkeborg 3-2 twice, and we also beat AGF 3-1. The second leg of the Silkeborg game, by the way, was a massive risk. Look at the squad on the right-hand side. Yes, Denson Barnabas did score a penalty. We basically played all of the fringe players because we are playing Copenhagen like 3 days after, and we kind of need the strongest team possible for this match. And the reason why we are close to Copenhagen is because Randers and AGF have done us a massive favour. They drew with Copenhagen, a 0-0 draw and a 1-1 draw. Arguably in this one, Randers probably deserved to win. Judging by the match stats of the defenders for Copenhagen, Randers probably deserved to win. It means the league looks like this, 1 point behind Copenhagen. A defeat in this match next up probably will spell the end for our season, but there is still time for Copenhagen to potentially drop some points as well. So the starting lineup will be as strong as we can get, which I think this is probably our strongest starting 11. Hindrich in goal, Mossen, Darlin, Lund Jensen and Pelamati in defence, Hjulmand, Colorado and Babu in midfield, Pete, Gelabert and Barisic leading the lines. Barisic now on 44 goals this season. He is kind of propping our team up. If we didn't have his goals, I don't think we'd be where we are at the moment. Every time we play Copenhagen and every time we play a team that's better than us, I always say to myself in my head, we're not expected to win. We're not expected to win, so let's not get too disheartened if we lose this match. However, I'm so sick and tired of not beating Copenhagen. It's getting quite frustrating. We're on 5 wins in a row. Obviously, every single one of those games as well, we scored 3 goals. So that is 15 goals we have scored in our last 5 matches. We need to win this game. Our goal difference is better, but I think with the amount of games left, I don't think we're going to be able to easily match our point score. So goal difference it's probably not going to mean anything, is it? Right, we're 15 minutes in. So far, no highlights, no shots on target either. First highlight is starting though, 18 minutes. Lund Jensen to Hjulmand to Darlin. Forward to Mossen on the right-hand side. The club captain can go for a run down the wing. Colorado back from his many injuries that he's picked up this season. Darlin loses out to Johansson, and now the counter-attack is possibly on. Borges with the ball. Can he cross it in? He does cross it in low. Finds Rooney, his 17th goal of the season. Those are rookie numbers, Rooney, but they do take the lead. So I was looking at some stats for sort of how well Copenhagen are doing in the league, and what is actually helping them out is their defence. They do not concede a huge amount of goals. They don't score a huge amount of goals, but they also don't concede a huge amount either. And I think that's what's letting us down, is we do concede a tad more than Copenhagen do. Pelamati's cross comes in. It's fallen for Barisic. It's in the back of the net. 45 goals this season. It's 1-1. While I was chatting away about us not defending particularly well and how Copenhagen do it well, we've managed to score. We've got, 1 minute 45 seconds of injury time to play in the first half, and Pete's nicked this. Hold on, Pete with the ball on the ground, tries to find Barisic. Was not the best pass. And now they can possibly come forward. Estevez down the line. Finds Jakob Brun-Larsen. Back to Estevez. Back to the defence. And they're trying to find their way through. I think this is their game plan, isn't it? Is they try and pass their way through our team. Meanwhile, I'm more like a battering ram straight through the middle. It's fallen to Johansson. That's a spectacular goal. Annoyingly, it's for them. Oh, that's frustrating. That is so frustrating. Right at the death. They make it 2-1 at half-time. Do I say I'm happy? Am I happy? I know everyone. Yes, do stuff. That wasn't the best talk. You weren't that bad. What do I say? Yeah, you weren't that bad. Let's try and fire some people up. I'm not very good with team talks. Whatever I said worked. Right, most people seem inspired or happy, so that's a good thing. Straight into the second half. Obviously, no changes for us, and we've got an early highlight. It's Colorado. It was Colorado with the ball. He's lost out, and now Copenhagen with it. This is not what we want. Every single time they get the ball in a good position, it's normally because we've lost it in just stupid ways. Rooney's got this ball. Rooney's tucked that ball away. I don't think it's going to count. We're going to get VAR. The goal's been awarded. Okay, it is 3-1 to Copenhagen. And season's over. Season's over again. I know there's still plenty of time, but we need to score at least 2 goals, ideally 3 goals, in the remaining 40 minutes? No one's playing well either. Absolutely nobody, apart from Barisic and Babiu. And Barisic is only playing well because he scored a goal. That's it. There's nothing else to his game at the moment. We're just so much... I say worse. We're not worse than Copenhagen, are we? They're just better than us. That's what worse means. They're coming forward with a ball. Borges with it, goes for a shot, ? It's gone wide. Lund Jensen with it to Babiu. He's going to go for a run. Colorado, if we can get a goal now, it suddenly makes the second part of this second half a bit more interesting. Mossen to Pete with the ball. Crosses it in. Babiu flicks the head backwards for some reason. Gelabert to Babiu. Pelamati with some space. Crosses in. Barisic isn't going to get there. Pete is. Mossen's there. And oh my word, Hossam Mossen, the Egyptian right back, has scored his first ever goal for the club, I think. He's made it 3-2. It's not over. I don't think we've seen a goal like that for a very long time. Most of the goals that we score obviously come from corners and our strikers. But having our right back just sneak in there and do something absolutely ridiculous, I'm very happy with that. We're going to do Orlando. He's going to come on. Colorado as well. It's going to come off for Carniero. Do we do Gelabert? We've got no wingers on the bench. We've got Denson. We've got Denson. Why am I doing that? I mean, I've done it as well. I've actually brought on Denson Barnabas, a player who can't get into the Micronesia squad for some reason. I don't know why. I imagine financial reasons, because it's a long way to go from Denmark to Micronesia to play a match against, American Samoa. It is Copenhagen with the ball. Fomin, he's going to score against us, isn't he? It's not in? What's happened there? What's actually happened there? Whatever it was not a goal. We've got seconds left to play. We're going to push to attacking. I don't think it's going to be enough. Or maybe it is. A draw isn't the end of the world. A defeat is. A defeat's not what we want. And we've lost the ball stupidly. Darlin's nicked it back though. Mossen to Denson. Lost the ball stupidly. Then again, he's rubbish at football, so that's only fair. And they're in on goal. They've hit the bar and it's gone off for a goal kick. We've got a minute and a half of normal time plus injury time. Our goalkeeper has let us down. A 6.2, a 3-2 defeat. And we've surely handed the title to Copenhagen again. I've said that we were the underdogs, which is arguably true. And then I shouted at Hindrich and he looked motivated and inspired. So, all in all, let's try and take the context out of it. As a match goes, wasn't a particularly terrible match. We scored twice against Copenhagen, a team that, as I said during the match, don't concede often. The problem is, that might have cost us the title. With 3 games left, this is the shape of the league table. What we are going to do is we're going to go forward to, I'm hoping, the final game of the season, but it might not be. I'm going to go to the match that potentially will decide the title, which I think is going to be Brøndby. We'll also have AGF in the cup final. So let's play AAB and see what happens. Right, it's still not great. It's still not over. Because we've beaten AAB, but Randers have drawn with Copenhagen, so it is back to a 2-point gap between us and the eventual champions, we'll say. Yes, Denson Barnabas did come off the bench and score as well against AAB. It means we've still got 2 more games to play. We are going to play Brøndby off camera, and I'm going to cross my fingers that we don't lose that one and Copenhagen win. It's going to go down to the last day of the season where we will play Randers and Copenhagen are playing AAB or Brøndby. I'm not quite sure which one, but we've beaten Brøndby 5-1. Pelamati on the score sheet. Barisic with a hat-trick. Pete also getting a goal. Copenhagen beating AGF 1-0 thanks to Rooney. Which means there is a 2-point gap with 1 game to play, but before we find out whether we're actually going to win the league or whether we're just going to finish second place and still technically qualify for the Champions League, we now need to play AGF in the cup final. And I think we've got a chance of actually winning a title. Although before we get there, the agent for Bartol Barisic wants a new contract, which is fair enough. He has now scored, I think, 50 goals this season? I think it's 50. Is it 50? 49 goals in all competitions, 32 in 24 league games. That's insane. That is absolutely insane. He wants more money, which is fair. I don't know whether I can afford to give you more money. I can give you what you're currently getting paid, and I don't think he's going to like it. He wants 17.5. Okay, right, we can work with this. I'm going to whack his goal bonus down, because that's probably what's killing me financially, isn't it? That's ridiculous. Also, seasonal goal bonuses, 72,000 and 18,000. He's getting basically 100 grand a year just for playing for me. Right, let's try and drop that down as well to 16. What do we say, guys? You've immediately rejected it. Well, that might be a problem. Let's just ask him to sack his agent. Let's do that. And Bartol agrees because we're best friends. We're having a barbecue together this weekend. So the starting lineup for the final then, it's going to be Hindrich in goal. Colorado's going to drop in at right back because Mawson is getting very fatigued and we kind of need him for the final game of the season. Darlin, Lund Jensen and Nduka Jr. is going to be slotting in at left back, although we should probably play Gercic actually. We'll play Gercic. It's a cup final, it's a cup game. Maybe we shouldn't experiment too much, but we're going to. Orlando, Hjulmand and Babu in midfield. Denson, Barnabas and Gelabert on the wings. Bartol Barisic on the hunt for his 50th goal of the season will be leading the line. And this might be the penultimate time we ever see Barisic, which is not great, really, is it? This is the third time in 3 years that we have reached the final of this competition. Obviously, the last two, Copenhagen, we lost them both. AGF are on poor form, but this is a cup game. It is a one-off. It is a one-off game. So literally anything could happen here. I'm so hoping that we can do one over AGF, pick up a trophy, and then I won't be too upset if we don't win the league. 11 minutes on the clock, AGF in the white. Kjaer collects this in the area. Darlin, just superb block from Darlin. It's coming straight back towards us though. Hjulmand intercepts it. Barnabas' ball forward's not the best. It's going to come back towards us. It is Brandt in the middle. Plays it back to Anderson. Pissarra. Is his name Pissarra? There's also 3 R's in his name in a row. Are there many names with 3 R's in a row? Anyway, Machimori plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper. Gets it back from the keeper as well. This highlight is going on for a while, so I feel like there might be a goal. And frustratingly, we've not really had the ball as part of this highlight, have we? Nanasi to Brandt, goes for goal, hits the underside of the bar. Gercic keeps the ball in play. And the highlight ends. AGF have the first real chance of the match. Gercic to Orlando. Back to Gercic. Gelabert on the wing. Orlando to Babu. Forward to Hjulmand. Barnabas is there. He's also got Colorado to the right-hand side. Goes past Barnabas. Colorado finds Gelabert on the back post. But it's not the best shot. Goal kick for Hindrich to take. Who, by the way, is wanted by Copenhagen, annoyingly. Which is a weird one. Because he's not going to play for them. And Austin FC in the MLS. Gercic to Babu. Ball over towards Colorado on the right-hand side. Denson Barnabas with it. Can he get his cross away? Plays it on the ground. It's fallen for Orlando. Barisic was the man with the assist. Orlando puts the ball in the back of the net. Denson Barnabas was a key part of that, I'd like to point out. And we've taken the lead in the cup final. I don't like the fact that Barnabas gets no rating for that. In fact, he's gone down to a 6.5. He literally set up the assist. 5 minutes left of the first half. We've got another highlight. With the kick-up field for AGF. Gercic easily gets that because there's literally nobody around him because AGF don't play wingers. Babu's ball forward. It's towards Hjulmand. Gelabert finds Barisic. Plays it across. Colorado to Barnabas. Go on, Denson. Denson Barnabas has scored in a cup final. Oh, my word. Denson Barnabas, the Micronesian with 7 finishing now. That's right. He's almost doubled his finishing. He started off at 4. Gelabert to Barisic. Plays it to Colorado. Through ball to Barnabas. And we are 2-0 up. And Denson Barnabas, the Micronesian, who can't get in the Micronesia squad for some reason, has scored again. I can't believe it's taken us, 8 seasons. And I think we've finally got my talisman. My silly footballer that I always seem to pin all my hopes on, who isn't good enough. We've got it in the shape of Denson Barnabas. 2-0 at half-time. We're going to do no changes. Gercic is struggling out there for some reason. I don't really know why. I guess, are you up against Mori? Or you... No, I don't know why you're struggling, to be honest. The second half so far has been fairly uneventful. We are going to do some changes, and because it's a cup final, because we obviously still have the league to focus on, I'm going to do some potentially big calls here. Cesar Lugo is going to come on. Scott Garcia is going to come on as well. We are going to take off Darlin, Lund Jensen for Nduka Jr. I think we do that. I think that's all we do. Final 20 minutes of the game. We are looking comfortable at this point. We are looking very, very good. Colorado's on an 8.2 playing as a right back. He is the utility man. He has been so good for us. But also, he hasn't really done anything stand out. Lugo with the ball. Colorado collects it. I'd love Barnabas to get a second. Colorado plays it all the way back to the goalkeeper, who's miles outside of his goal, which is always a bit of a worry. Colorado's ball upfield towards the goalkeeper. Fair enough. That means something might happen here. It's down to Colorado again. Colorado's just constantly getting the ball at the moment. Lugo and Barnabas combining, the two worst players on the team. Ball upfield finds Barisic. Is he going to get goal number 50? It is goal number 50 of the season for Bartol Barisic. And we are surely lifting the trophy. Our first real trophy in this Football Manager series. It's taken 8 seasons. And we are going to be lifting what's the name of this cup? It's the Pokken, DBU Pokken or something like that. I don't care what it's called. Pokkelen, that's what it is. We're going to be winning the trophy. We've still got 8 minutes to play. Barisic collects it, loses out to Lobeo. Good name, I like it. Back to Anderson, over the top. Hansen's going to get there first. Crosses it in, Junior and Duca clears it. Just getting the business done at the moment. Hansen crosses it in. Good defending as well. Somebody was offside. Right, let's do a couple more changes. We can do, I think, 2 more. Colorado's going to come off for Larson. I'm looking at fitness now. I want Barnabas on the pitch. I want Barnabas on the pitch, don't we? Who else do we take off? Do we take Barisic off for Carniero? Oh, we're doing this. Let's stick Denson up front. Can I make him captain? Is there a way of making him captain? You used to be able to just move a C around, didn't you? How can we make it? I want Denson captain. I want Denson captain. I literally can't do it because Darlan's on the pitch. It's going to be Darlan. Well, Denson's a stand-in. We are seeing the highlights straight after the subs. Gercic with the ball down the line to Gelabert. Stops him back to Gercic again. Over the top, Gelabert collects it. Denson's in the middle. It's taken a deflection. It's going to be a corner. Gelabert is going to be the man to take it. We've got Darlan and we've got Nduka Jr. at the front. Darlan is there. Doesn't rise for the headed effort at all. The ball is cleared. We are into the final 5 minutes. They may as well start carving our name on the trophy. We are finally winning something with this Esbjerg team. And there we are. I think that's Lund Jensen coming up first. Although it can't be Lund Jensen. He's not playing. Who's number 20? I don't know my squad numbers. I mean, you can see Darlan because he's massive. But everyone else, I don't know who's who. The trophy is being handed over to whoever that man is. And we are crowned champions of the DBU Pokkelen for the first time in this save. I think for the first time since 2013 in real life. We've got something to celebrate. We've actually got something to celebrate. I feel like we haven't celebrated anything for about 5 seasons on this save. We have won a title. We have won a trophy. We can open up that trophy cabinet and finally put something in it. Cartwheel for number 22. Please tell me that was Denson. Was that Denson Barnabas? I don't think it was. It was Lugo, apparently. That's who it was. It was Lund Jensen who picked up the trophy. It was number 23. Lugo was the man to do the cartwheel. Denson Barnabas gets a 7.0. Man of the match performance for Jean Carlos Colorado with an 8.9. Playing as a right back. We've actually won a bloody trophy. And this man here was the man who made it happen, right? To be fair, he has played 5 times in the Pokkelen this season, scoring 3, getting an assist. So I think it was deserved that he played the full 90 minutes of the cup final. And the fact that he scored a goal as well just shows I think I was right to put my faith in Denson for this cup final. You probably think this is a joke, but this is genuinely the starting 11 that we're going to go for the final game of the season, a match that we need to win. Hindrich in goal, Mossen and Duca Jr. and Lund Jensen in defence, alongside Gercic. Completely just ignored him. Orlando Hjulmund and Babu in midfield. Pete and Carniero on the wings. And Denson Barnabas leading the line. Barisic is dropped because he really needs a rest. And I don't want to basically start him and get him injured early on in the game. I'd rather bring him on towards this, in the second half, where we're possibly looking for a goal. Barisic can come on, be that man, score the goal. And if Denson Barnabas does the business before we need Barisic, even better. So for the final time of Season 8, we take on Randers away from home. It is Copenhagen versus Brøndby. The Micronesian Denson Barnabas leading the line. I mean, to be fair, he's played well. The matches that he has played in and started, he's done quite well. He's scored 6 goals, I think, in all competitions. So I'm not massively concerned with Denson Barnabas. What I'm concerned about is the fact that we might concede. It's not the goal scoring that's the problem, it's the conceding that I'm finding the issue with. Denson's got the ball, has no support, plays it in the middle to Hjulman, through to Pete. He's 1-on-1 with the keeper. Pete blasts that into the back of the net. The flag goes up. We're going to get VAR. If this counts, I think we go to the top of the table. It's counted, and I think we do go to the top of the table on goal difference right now. We just need to win and hope Bromby don't lose. That's all we need. Do not lose, Bromby. If you draw your match, we will be champions. If you win your match, we will be champions. You know when they say sitting on the edge of your seat? I'm literally, right now, sat on the edge of my seat. Nothing's happening. Absolutely nothing is happening. I feel like I need to have some scores going on from Copenhagen. Corner 4, Randers comes in. Torre's collected it, crosses it in, and Oliver bloody Ross has scored. That's not good. Half-time then, it's 1-1. Oliver Ross's goal, kind of out of the blue as well by the looks of it, equalises for Randers. Well done, keep it up. Gercic is playing poorly. Everyone else is doing, I guess, okay. No changes for now. I do want to pause it, and I think we're going to do that, which might be a terrible thing, because now I'm just going to look to that right-hand side to see what's happening between Bromby and Copenhagen. On the hour mark, do we do a change? It's still 0-0 between Bromby and Copenhagen. 65 minutes, we're doing changes. We've got injuries. It's time for Barisic. Do we do... Hjulman off. We've got Colorado. That's fine. I'm happy with that change. Gercic not doing well. Do we bring on Cece? Do we bring on Cece? He's rubbish. I don't really want to bring him on. Mossen for Larson? Or do we do that? And then we can put Lugo? Garcia? We'll go Lugo in the middle. Oh, this is risky. We need the goal. We still need that goal. A goal's gone in somewhere and I don't know where. I think it's Oliver Mark, isn't it, with the ball. Plays it across. Torre collects it down that left-hand side. 20 minutes to play. Randers racing forward with the ball. Crosses it in. Lund Jensen finds Lugo. Babu in the middle. Carniero. Ball off to the right-hand side. Invites Colorado forward. Playing as that right-back. The position that he played so well in the last match. Pete's ball, not very good. And now Randers can possibly counter-attack themselves. Isaacson with it. Goes off to the right. He plays in Stulic with an injury. Plays it backwards. In the middle is Mark. And Oliver Mark might have killed it for us. Oliver Mark may have ruined our lives. This is not what we wanted to happen. We literally had the lead. Copenhagen are winning as well anyway. Oh, it's all gone downhill. Right, reset. We've won the cup. We have won the cup. That's the good thing. If Bromby equalise now, I'm going to be annoyed. We've won the cup. Doesn't matter that we haven't won the league. We weren't good enough to win the league. Copenhagen are clearly better than us. Final 10 seconds of the season. Isaacson collects it on the right-hand side. Is he going to cross it in or go for goal himself? Go to goal himself. Hindrich makes a save and the full-time whistle goes. It's defeat against Randers. I think that was the first defeat we've had all season, which wasn't against Copenhagen. That's ridiculous. And I think the problem there was not the strikers. We scored a goal. It was the defence. We conceded 2 poor goals against Ross and Mark. You know, the 2 guys from Scotland, I think. It means Copenhagen have won the league. They won the league regardless of what happened between us and Randers anyway. Copenhagen have won the title again. But we have won the Pokalen. We've won the Pokalen. We've got a trophy in the cabinet for this season. And we're in the Champions League qualifiers for next year. The final day of the season, again, the final day of the season. Now, what's really frustrating, okay? 74 points we finished on. We would have won the league. We would have won the league probably on goal difference. Let me just double check. Almost. We would have been second on goal difference. We would have won the league. The points total that we picked up this season would have won the league 7 times in the last 8. Or 6 times in the last 8 if you include this season. So, I think we can be proud. I think we can be proud of what we've achieved. The following day then, we have got our budgets for the coming season. It's also World Cup year. So who's going? Mossen and Nduka Jr. are going. Also former players Tim de Beer, Daniel Everson and Sam Patricola. Is he getting Canada caps? First of all, Canada have got a call-up. They've managed to qualify for the World Cup. Fair play. Tim de Beer as well must be getting Dutch caps. 2 caps, 1 goal. He's very good, isn't he? He's very good at football now. And budget-wise, yeah, I mean, to be fair, I kind of was expecting that. And the reason is because we are spending £3.6 million on a Romanian left winger, which at the time seemed like a great idea. However, now we don't have the money to spend or invest anywhere else. So I think in the summer, there's going to be a fair amount of clear out. I think we're going to try and shift on some players. In fact, talking of shifting on some players, we did sell somebody in between episodes. For potentially £2 million, Julius Luptak has gone to Columbus. And because he's playing for Columbus, he might end up getting randomly released on the waiver. And we might pick him up for a free again like we did last time. But yeah, from a financial perspective, I think we do need to do some trimming of our squad. We may well have seen the last of Bartol Barisic. We do have a big squad. We've got a very big squad. This is our first team. We've got 4 goalkeepers, although Strino is not a first-choice goalkeeper. So goalkeepers, I think we're good. I think defensively, we're probably good when you consider Leffer Gordon is coming in. I think we probably need to look at a fullback because it wouldn't be a transfer window if I didn't sign a fullback. Midfield, again, I think we've got a very good starting 11. It's when those players start to get injured and tired is when we have an issue. And strikers, we've got Barisic. And that's kind of it. We've got Barisic and that's it. We've got Markovic, who can play as a striker and arguably possibly should play as a striker. We've also got Carniero, who could play as a striker as well. We've also got some players out on loans, who, if we have a quick look at our loan players, there's quite a few. So maybe some of these might be able to get into the first team or push for it. Like Sajiv Youssef, a player who you've probably forgot that we had because we've been here for about 4 years and he's played once. So that's going to do it for this episode in this season. Next season, we are pushing for Champions League group stages. We should be on another European adventure next season. We should be pushing Copenhagen to the very limits. And hopefully Copenhagen weaken themselves over the summer. That's what we want to happen. Because at the moment, they never seem to do that. They seem to sell some good players and bring in better ones. Which is not very good for us. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I'll be back with Season 9.